YouTube channel. I am so excited and trying really hard not to fangirl right now. This is the amazing, utterly fabulous and talented Nancy J. Cohen.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
I'm trying so hard not to shake because, again, I love her books. I love your entire series. And then this, I think, is one of my writing Bibles. I think every writer, and any type of mystery writer should read this. I love it. I mean, I actually have the ebook and the physical copy. So clearly I am a fan of this book. You literally wrote the book on Cozies.
I hope so. I mean, there was nothing like it when I started writing Cozies, which is really why I decided to write it. I felt the genre needed respect, needed visibility. There was no guideline out there for writing the subgenre in particular.
Well, I am so thankful and appreciative that you wrote that book. You have a very impressive bio as well. I was going to read it. Do you mind if I read it? As a former registered nurse, Nancy J. Cohen helped people with their physical aches and pains, but she longed to soothe their troubles in a different way. The siren call of storytelling lured her from nursing into the exciting world of fiction. Wishing she could wield a curling iron as crafting a story, she created hairdresser Marla Shore, who is one of my favorite protagonists of all time, as a stylist with a nose for crime and a knack for exposing people's secrets. Titles in the Bad Hair Day Mysteries have made the IMBA bestseller list, been selected by Suspense Magazine as Best Cozy Mystery, won a Reader's Favorite Gold Medal, and earned a 3rd place in the Arizona Literary Awards. And then you were also involved Mystery Writers of America, Sisters in Crime, Romance Writers of America, Novelists Inc., Florida Writers Association, and International Thriller Writers. And you were past president of the Mystery Writers of America Florida chapter and Florida Romance Writers. That is so impressive.
Thanks. Well, it's really important to get involved in your writing community, and I attribute those organizations to getting published and being where I am today.
Your involvement is just, it's so impressive. And the dedication to writing in all areas, the different genres and elements of your life, it's just so inspiring to me.
Thank you. You write as well.
I'm not published at the moment yet, though. I'm very much trying to reach the perfection, even though I know you can't reach perfection, where I keep editing over and over and over. I think I need to eventually say, no, I'm done editing and just put it out.
You know, I wrote 6 books before I sold one. So I maybe was a slow learner, but it takes persistence and continual practice and getting better and going to workshops.
Is that what your advice to aspiring writers do? Go to workshops?
Never give up, never surrender.
Galaxy
Quest, my favorite movie of all time.
I knew I liked you. I love that movie so much. And that is one of my all-time favorites.
Well, I'm a Star Trek fan.
Oh, so you like the crossover with it?
I do, and I started writing science fiction romance, 8 sci-fi romances before I switched to mystery.
So cozy mysteries and romances are my go-to.
Yes.
So it's kind of nice to see someone else has the same thought process as that.
Yeah, definitely.
See, now I need to go fall in love with all your romance novels, though.
I'm revising those. So there's 2 that I've revised and put back up. I have 6 more to do.
Because you still have the same name for both genres, though, correct?
I initially wrote as Nancy Kane with a C. And then when I switched to mystery, I adopted my own name. Now that I'm revising my backlist titles, they're all under my real name currently.
It's probably the same demographic as well with the predominantly female readership, correct?
Yeah, but mystery readers don't cross over as much as romance readers do.
Interesting. So you think romance readers will come over?
They will.
Oh, yeah. I might actually use this little tidbit for my dissertation. Again, I love cozies, but one of the things that I was able to kind of pitch with coming to this conference was doing a compare and contrast of romance readers and the mystery readers. And so that's actually really nice to know.
Yeah, although a lot of cozy mystery writers used to write romance, and I think coming from that background really helps you develop characterization. That's the most important thing, because we can get deeply into the characters and the emotions that you get from romance writing and put it into the mystery field.
I knew mysteries were good for a reason. This question has to be, what got you interested in cozy mysteries?
I first saw a book by Jill Churchill called War and Peas. So it was the funny titles that caught my attention. I like humor and stories, and so I read a lot of hers, and then I graduated to other cozy authors with funny titles. I guess I like the humor, I like the lightheartedness, I like the fact nobody really gets hurt, the criminal's caught, there's justice at the end, and you can have a good time, but you also have a good mystery to solve, a good puzzle along with the sleuth.
I love everything you just said.
It's a form of entertainment and escape. It doesn't make you scared. I feel if I want serious crime, I will look at the news, which is scary enough.
What is it, reality stranger than fiction?
Yeah, so people read cozies for the escape and the lightheartedness, the humor, the romance, the cooking or the crafts.
Oh yeah.
Whatever angle they like.
I mean, I can't cook myself, so the only way I get to experience cooking is through Cozy Mysteries.
That's good, because the next thing I'm writing is a Bad Hair Day Cozy Mystery Cookbook.
That is so exciting to me. I immediately make a mental note to go pre-order that.
Well, I have a lot of food that I talk about on my Facebook and blogs and everything all the time. I like cooking. I've taken cooking classes. I have recipes on my website.
I've seen those, yeah.
Why not put them all together in a cookbook from Marla's viewpoint?
I mean, I love Marla, so basically if you just put her name on anything, I'm probably going to buy it.
I like your braid, by the way.
Oh,
Marla
thank you.
would like that too. Yeah.
Thank you. I know, it's one of those, my hair is very long, but it doesn't hold curls. If I want to do a fancy hairstyle, this is my go-to now.
Yeah.
I had to learn. A lot of trial and error with
Yes.
that. Meanwhile, I love your eye makeup. You just look so, you look so
thank
fabulous.
you.
So I wanted to ask if you had a favorite cozy mystery.
I read cozies by friends a lot. So I would say I'm in a writers group called Book Lovers Bench. BookLoversBench.com. We have a monthly contest, give away our books once a month, and we do a blog post each week, and we all write cozy mysteries essentially. So Maggie Toussaint, Deborah Goldstein,
Wow.
Diane Stuckert, Cheryl Holland. There's 6 of us. Don't know how many that is, but there's and we all write similar kind of lighthearted books.
And this is all online, so you're all in different locations, but you found your tribe. I mean, I love that right away.
Several of us are here. Maggie will be at our table tomorrow.
Oh, she is?
Yeah, so you'll meet her there. So I read their books, and then I like Alyssa Maxwell's historical series. She writes about Newport during the Golden Age, Gilded Age, and Rhys Bowen's British On Her Majesty's Secret Service.
That's a fun
series.
one.
That's fun. I like historical mysteries a lot.
I was trying to find some of them, and I was reading a lot of 1920s ones, so I kind of wanted to find some more different historical cozies in the mix.
Yeah.
Are you going to write one?
No. I like to read them. I love to read them. I like to read historical romance too, I have to admit. But to do the research for that is not something, a tremendous amount of research. It's easier to read in contemporary times.
As the woman who wrote the book on cozy mysteries, and as a cozy mystery writer and reader, what do you think makes for a really good cozy mystery? What is your key element?
Okay, interrelationships is the key element, because it's all about your character relationships. It's not about forensics, it's not about lab results, crime detection, it's about people who know each other. Everybody has a secret, everybody possibly has a motive for murder, and it's then up to the sleuth to uncover the secrets. And some secrets could be good secrets. It could be, for example, you're paying for your aunt to get nursing care, okay? But it looks like you're making regular payments and the sleuth doesn't know why. So you have to make everything look suspicious, even if it turns out to be okay in the end. Yeah. And it's all about the people and their quirks. You can make them quirky funny, you can make them weird. The sleuth is the sort of straight person, but everybody else can be strange or your fun characters. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite fun, quirky character that you've written?
Marla associates with Tally. Her friend Tally a lot. Tally's a chocoholic. She's tall, blonde, model thin. She can eat as much chocolate as she wants. She never gains weight.
I mean, I remember reading that and I was going, I wish I was her.
Yeah. So she's Marla's sounding board. They discuss suspects a lot.
I feel like she's her Watson in a way.
Yeah, yeah. You need a sidekick like that in the cozy genre. Somebody, even if it's your cat, that you can talk to about the suspects.
I was going to say, that's really true. I never actually thought of it that way, but they do have to kind of vocalize their theories to someone.
Yeah.
Because if it's all just inner monologue, that's going to get a little...
No, yeah, so you need the sounding board sidekick, even if it's a pet or a person.
I love the cozy mysteries when it comes to pets. I have a teacup Maltese. So whenever I see a dog on the cover, I immediately am going, I want to auto buy them.
Another cue, don't kill the family pet in a cozy mystery. There's certain taboos, and that's one of them.
I can't imagine anyone doing that in a cozy mystery. I'm trying to think if I've actually come across anyone who broke that taboo.
You can do it in a suspense novel, romantic suspense, but a cozy, you'll alienate your readers.
Oh, absolutely. I'd stop reading.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't Game of Thrones. We're not killing the dire wolves. Keeping that in mind, is the sleuth or interpersonal relationships the main thing that people are looking for? I mean, what do you think the cozy mystery reader, when they pick up the books, is hoping to see?
A specific occupation, so they can learn about something new. Location, perhaps they're not familiar with, but that's very distinctive with a flavor of its own. A sleuth who is clever, meets a lot of people, because you have to have a new influx of suspects for each episode. And the puzzle to solve, that's the key. You have to present the puzzle, but in addition to that, you have subplots, which can be relationships with continuing characters, as I call them. Your relatives, your friends, your colleagues, romantic interest. You do need the subplot. So, of course, I like the romantic subplot. And I get really impatient with authors, I have to say, that cannot decide between two guys after several books. That is annoying.
Thank you. How many love triangles have I come across? There's so many, and then there's also a lot of slow burns.
Yeah.
I mean, slow burns.
Yeah, that's okay, because it took Marla 10 books to get married.
You knew they had a little something going on, though.
Yeah. You also need to think of the classic romantic conflict if you do have the romance subplot, and give them more motives, the inner conflicts to overcome.
Yeah.
That's important.
Because Marla, she's very active. She has agency, too. And I think it was interesting you said, because she's able to have those characters also come in and out of the stories, but when you said episodes, that really caught my attention. I don't think I've actually ever heard anyone say a cozy mystery episode like that.
Well, if you're writing a series, each one in a way is an episode. It kind of continues. You have a complete mystery in each book, which is important, that you solve everything, have no loose ends, but the personal threads can carry on. It's
exactly an episode. It was just interesting to hear you say it, because they are little installments in a series in that way.
If you think too about series that really catch your attention, why is that?
Yeah.
One of the very first ones I read was Horatio Hornblower. Have you read that? I don't know.
We're going old school with that one. That was with Gregory Peck when he did the movie adaptation, correct?
No, not the latest one with Ian Rufid. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He's really good looking, so you should look it up.
Insert his picture here when I edit this later.
But the Hornblower books captured my attention not for the military battles, the British Navy that was in each story, but for Horatio's life. He started as a midshipman, the hardships he underwent, and as he got promoted each book until he made admiral. So that's what really got me.
Yeah.
If you think about Nancy Drew, how much does she grow and change as a character? Not much.
No, she's pretty much the same age throughout the entire duration.
Yeah. So it's important to have your character grow and change and evolve. That's what I learned.
I did want to ask, because I know I have a lot of people from AuthorTube stop by my channel who ask writing questions. So I wanted to ask if you were a plotter or a pantser.
Okay. I'm usually a plotter. I write a synopsis ahead of time, but first I start with and there's a graph in writing a cozy mystery with the victim and the suspects, so that I determine each suspect and what their motives might be.
Well, we have this one.
Yeah.
That's not the one you're referring to.
There's another one
I was
that's
going
sort
to
of
say,
like a spiderweb thing under the suspects chapter.
I love all the diagrams, because I'm a visual learner, and it's so interesting when you have a cozy mystery in books, and you're in you're a visual learner, but you're also a reader, and reading doesn't really lend itself to visual learning. So again, another reason why I recommend this book. All the reasons.
Yeah. So the victim's in the middle there, and you put the suspects around the victim who might have had a reason to gain from the person's death. Determine all the motives, and at that point, the story's in my head. I sit down and write a synopsis. Now, this can totally change, like it is with my current book. Conversations in the story are going to reveal new facts and take your sleuths down new paths. So then I'll go back and revise the synopsis. But I need that roadmap at least so I know where I'm going.
I have to admit, I think it would be very difficult to be a pantser writing a mystery of any sort. You have to know who done it. And you have to be able to include the clues.
Yeah, I guess you can go back and add the clues after. I mean, there are a lot of people who just don't like the plot ahead of time, and that works for them. So whatever works is what's important. Sometimes the person you plan to be the killer turns out to be a better red herring.
And then I came across this question, and I thought it was really interesting. What is your most interesting writing quirk?
I get up 4 o'clock in the morning and start writing early, so I guess that would be one.
Wow. So are you a member of the 5 a.m. Writers Club then?
Probably. I'm sure, yes.
Over on Twitter, everyone has the hashtag 5 a.m. Writers Club. You beat them though. You're already awake and already going for it.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah, well, there's no distractions at that hour. Nobody can call you on the phone. It's not business hours. You don't have to pay attention to other things around the house. So I get up early, and if I'm in a writing phase, I try to do a certain number of pages per day.
Do you predominantly write at home then? Because if you're waking up at 4 a.m., you're not going to the local cafe.
At home. I have a dedicated home office.
That must be nice.
I love it. My own private space.
And then you get to act out, okay, if she kills him this day and this day.
Yeah, it's good to use little action figures. If you really have a lot of people in your scene, take your old Star Trek action figures and assign them.
I have all my Funko Pops decorating my bookcase, be like, you're the murderer, you're my victim.
Yeah, that can help.
I already kind of asked this question, but do you have a favorite character that you've written? I asked favorite quirky character, but do you have just an all-around favorite character?
Aside from Marla, probably the heroine in the first book I ever wrote.
Aww.
She's an attorney who's kidnapped from Earth by captain of a spaceship, and he has to take her to her marriage to some nobleman so she can become a great healer, which of course, my background in nursing, I'd love to be a great healer. And all her space adventures, that was fun.
So is that what makes her special then? She was your first character?
The very first one.
Aw, she was your first baby.
Yeah.
Your first literary baby.
Yes.
So if that book was adapted, who would you want playing her in the lead?
Oh gosh. She's a blonde, and
I just saw you look at me and I was like, hi.
I thought you would fit perfectly in the role.
Would I really?
You in the role.
Hi.
Okay.
I'll go from being a PhD student to an actress. I love that.
Yeah. Marla, I have a list on Pinterest.
I've seen the book.
Actors, yeah.
Is that your dream casting?
Uh-huh.
Who would be your dream for Marla?
There is one on there. I can't remember her name offhand, but she's somebody I've seen in a few TV movies. Not a movie star, but TV movies that I like.
You got me thinking of like, who's on Hallmark, who's on Lifetime?
And Dalton, I really haven't visualized that much. I prefer to leave him to the imagination. Although I've seen a couple of guys that might fit the bill.
I was going to say, so people watching, if you have any recommendations for actors, let me know.
Yes.
Because I really want this adapted to be a Hallmark series.
Would be nice.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm. Well, tag Hallmark Channel maybe with your podcast.
Tag them. Hey, Hallmark representative, have you read this book series? If not, you should. So you have so many fun puns, and I love the titles. How do you come up with these puns and these titles?
Titles aren't too hard. Really, when I started out, I had one whole column with titles relating to mysteries. Mystery, murder, death, yada yada.
In other words, I know NSA should not come see this.
And the other column, all beauty related, hair salon related. So you just mix and match, and it's not that hard.
I just had this image of you writing death, mayhem, and all these terms. I hope someone didn't stumble across that and wonder what's going on over there.
No.
So then I think I already asked this, but what would be one of the key takeaways for someone wanting to write a cozy mystery, if you could give them one piece of advice to follow, would that be to join your local workshops and things like that? Would that be the takeaway advice, or is there something else you want aspiring writers to know about?
Do their homework.
Yes.
Do the homework, not only with reading how-to books and writing magazines, get involved in the writing community online, because you learn so much from your fellow authors. That's where you learn all the business aspects of writing.
So I have some fun questions, hopefully. Mrs. White or Miss Scarlet?
Miss Scarlet.
Professor Plum or Miss Peacock?
Miss Peacock.
Colonel Mustard or Dr. Black?
Colonel Mustard.
Sherlock or Watson?
Sherlock.
Nancy Drew or Hardy Boys?
Nancy.
And then some sort of writing related questions. Tea or coffee?
Coffee.
Complete quiet or all around music?
Complete quiet.
Paper and pen or a computer?
Computer.
Mac or HP?
HP. I use Dell.
I was going to say, that is a great endorsement for Dell computers right there. You're writing these books on Dells?
Yes.
Dells are worth it then. Morning or night?
Morning.
Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts?
Starbucks.
Pajamas or sweatpants?
Pajamas.
City or small town?
Small town.
Sofa or desk?
Sofa for reading, desk for writing.
You answered all my questions. Was there something else you wanted to add?
Tell me more about your writing.
Me? So I have a love of both cozies and romance. So I have a couple of romance ones that I've been working on for a long, long time. The first thing that I finished, I haven't done anything with it. It's a coming of age new adult because the protagonist is 19. A couple contemporaries, then I have paranormal, but then I have my cozy mysteries. I imagine it being a series that kind of picture very Hallmark-esque. She is not a hairdresser, but she is very invested and wants to be a makeup artist.
I think that's great because a makeup artist is versatile. She can work in a salon. She can have a mobile business.
Yes.
She can do weddings. So, yeah.
Well, the very first one that I was writing, her mentor was the person who was murdered. But then I was trying to make sure, because she's the mentor, obviously, she becomes a suspect. So we got to figure out how she's going to clear her name.
That's great motivation for the sleuth, and that is an important point. Your sleuth must have a personal motive for solving the crime.
That's my biggest pet peeve when reading cozy mysteries. If the person themselves, if they're just kind of peeking over the fence, looking in at their neighbor, just being nosy, I can't really stomach that one.
Yeah, you need a personal motive. And my problem is that I get the suspects to talk too easily. So you have to kind of coerce them or persuade them or ask them obliquely, and that takes a little skill from the sleuth.
This is why I think I wanted to change who my murderer was when we were talking about this before, was I would think I made it either too obvious to some degree, so I think I want to turn it into red herring because of that. I knew I was going to make this person the antagonist, and by knowing they were the antagonist, I treated them that way in the writing.
There's also another trick you can play, and that's to have a second villain.
Oh, I like that.
If this person is guilty of one crime, but they're not the real murderer, so your heroine thinks she solved it and relaxes, and then the other villain is the real bad one. So
I think I have a new chapter already. I love that. I'm like, oh, I gotta go back and rewind this. Gotta take this writing advice.
Yeah, one has to think deviously.
So the writing is my positive outlet. That's why I also, YouTube talking about books, my happy space. And so I think I always try and focus on, oh yes, there's a whodunit, but at the same time, she's, we want to have this funny pun over there. Because I like cozy mystery puns.
They're fun, and readers really like that too.
Yes.
They like series and they like humor.
Well, speaking of humor, YouTube, you have to have a thumbnail. So I have the props over there. You can make me the murder victim, you can make me the murderer. They're all laid out right next to you. So all the items are right there. I have fake teacups, we have fake bottles of poison, we have Sherlock Holmes hats, we have the magnifying glasses.
Oh, I like this one. Oh yeah, these go together very well. Okay, yep, poison, a cup of coffee, what more could you want? And the sleuth.
So are you the victim or are you the sleuth?
I'm the sleuth, somebody else is the victim.
Okay. So in other words, I feel like I should be down for the count then.
Yep, okay, here we are.
Okay, do you want me to play dead?
Sure.
I'm curious how that YouTube thumbnail's gonna look.
Yeah.
Be like, he slipped over in the chair.
Had him on here. All right. Ooh, let's see. The poison's not going to be so evident. What might be in the cup of coffee? Okay. Now, if you had a green trickle coming out of your mouth, that would be even better.
I was gonna say, I don't know if I can do the still image of it. Oh my goodness. Is there anything else you wanted to add for people who want to tune in?
No, I really appreciate your coming to listen, and thank you for chatting with us. It's been fun.
Oh, you are so sweet. I did buy an extra copy of this book, which I am giving 10 out of 5 stars to. I love this book. I mean, I love this book. So I was going to ask you to sign my extra copy to do a giveaway.
Sure, we can do that.
So people who watch the end of the video, you guys are going to get the chance to get your own copy of this, which again, I think everyone should get. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you. Appreciate it, and happy bouffant day with your hair. Or may you have all great hair day.
That has to be a new closing for YouTube. Have an amazing hair day.
Yes.
Bye, everybody.